Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to add webinar registrants from Active Campaign Contact to Webinar Jam. So let's suppose I'm running a business and I conduct many webinars. I'm adding all my contacts with the help of a form in my Active Campaign account, and I automatically want to create a registrant in my Webinar Jam. Now doing this manually will consume a lot of my time, so I've completely automated this process, and to do this automation I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between this Active Campaign and Webinar Jam. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I'm going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission and a contact is created, automatically a registrant is created in my Webinar Jam. Now, if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. So here in this video, we are going to create registrants in Webinar Jam from the contacts which we have received in Active Campaign, and we are going to create an automation workflow between Active Campaign and Webinar Jam with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. But before we sign in, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with users, experts, and the Pabbly support team. You can ask questions and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on latest feature and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now, if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on this sign in, and if you are a new user, click on this sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll go with the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I've created over here. If you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and I need to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta, which is modern, classic, and more flexible one, and then we have this classic, which is the stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select the classic, and then I'm going to name this workflow as add webinar registrants from Active Campaign Contact to Webinar Jam, and now I need to select my folder. These are the folders which have been created, and I'm going to select it as all automation over here, and then simply click on this create. Here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. Trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to add the webinar registrant from Active Campaign Contact to Webinar Jam, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new contact in my Active Campaign, automatically this will be created as a registrant in my Webinar Jam, which means whenever I'm going to create a new contact in Active Campaign, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to receive a new contact, an action says do this, then create the registrant in Webinar Jam. Here in my trigger application, I will be taking Active Campaign, and then in my action application, I will be taking Webinar Jam. Here in my trigger application, let me quickly take Active Campaign. And in my trigger event, I'm going to select it as contact added and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, and now to make this connection, we have to enter the API key and the URL. If I open my Active Campaign account, on the left hand side where I can see all these options, I'm going to click on this settings, and from here I have to go towards this developer, and over here I'm provided with the URL and the key. I'm going to copy this URL and the key quickly And over here it is written that I have to enter the URL in this format. So I'm going to remove this https/ and then this has become my URL according to the same format. I'm simply going to click on this save and you will see ActiveCampaign will be connected to Pabbly Connect, and here it is. I'm going to enter the list and the webhook name now. So I have two lists. I'm going to select the list as master contact list. I'm going to give a random name to this webhook name. So here I'm going to write registrants, and now I'm simply going to click on this save and send test request. Now as soon as I do this, it has changed to this waiting for response, and under this it is written, once you have clicked over save and send test request button, then do a test submission in that application in order to capture the response here. Now this means, so as to get the webhook response over here, I need to do a test submission, which means I'm going to create a contact in my ActiveCampaign, and if I create a contact here and I receive the response here, then this means the connection setup is working fine. Now I will be doing a form submission to create this contact. On the left hand side where you can see all these options, we have to go towards the websites, and I have created some forms. So I'm going to go towards this edit form. Over here you can see this arrow. I'm going to click on this preview, and this form has opened in front of me. I'm going to fill in all the details, and then I will be receiving an email. If I accept this email, this subscriber will be created or a contact will be created in my ActiveCampaign. I'm going to fill in all my details here. So I have entered my name as new user, email address as new, 987@pabblytudes.com, and the phone number as this. I'm going to submit this, and I have entered my email address. I'm going to receive the email and I'm going to accept this, and I will be created as a subscriber in my ActiveCampaign. I'm going to first submit this. I'm going to tick on this and then submit this. And here the form submission has been done successfully. Now before capturing the response, I'm going to go back towards my mail and check whether I have received any mail there or not. I have received this mail. I'm going to confirm my subscription. And here it is. I have confirmed this subscription. I'm now going to open my workflow and check whether all the details are captured there or not. And here it is. I have received the response. If we check, this is the same number which we have added while filling the form. This is the same name, new user, and the email address is new, 987@pabblytudes.com. Here, as soon as I've done the form submission, I have received that response here in this workflow, and this shows the connection setup which we have created between ActiveCampaign and Pabbly Connect, that is successful. And now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, I will start capturing that response over here in this workflow. And now moving on towards the next step, I want that whenever a new contact or a subscriber is created in my ActiveCampaign, I should create this as a registrant in my Webinar Jam. So in my action application, I'm going to select it as Webinar Jam. And in my action event, I'm going to select it as register a person to webinar and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter the API key. Now following the help desk given below, I'm going to enter this API key, and to do this, I'm going to open my Webinar Jam account. Over here it is written that I will be provided with this API key in the dashboard itself. So I have opened this dashboard, and over here in this advanced, I'm going to open this, and I have this API custom integration, and over here this is the API key which I'm going to copy and simply paste that over here and then click on save. Here, Webinar Jam is connected with Pabbly Connect, and now I have to enter all these details. We have this webinar. I'm going to create this registrant in this Transform Your Space. This is the same webinar, Transform Your Space, which I have created. And I am going to enter the rest of the details. So I'm going to enter the first name. I'm not going to enter any of these details manually now. I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I have received the response from ActiveCampaign, and when I click on this field, I can see this ActiveCampaign. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. I'm going to enter the first name as new, and then I'm going to enter the last name as user. And then I'm going to enter the email address as new987@pabblytudes.com. You can see it has been scheduled for 14th August. And if I open this, you can see the Transform Your Space webinar has been scheduled for the same day. I have selected this, and then I'm going to enter this phone country code. I'm going to enter the phone number. So over here you can see that I have received this phone number with the country code. So now I need to format this because I have to enter the phone country code and the phone number separately. And to do this, I'm going to click on this add action step button, and in my action application I'm going to search for text formatter by Pabbly. And in my action event, I'm simply going to select it as text parser and then click on connect. Now over here, I'm going to map the phone number, and this is the phone number, and then the text match after. So I want this number. So I'm going to write +91. After this, I want to extract the number and text match before. So I'm simply going to enter space over here. I'm going to click on the save and send test request. Let's wait for the response. We have received the response. Now we can map this phone number. I'm going to map the phone number which I have received from my text formatter, and in the phone number country code, I'm going to write this +91 manually. Now after adding all these details, we have not entered any of these details manually. As you can see, we have mapped all the details to keep all these fields dynamic, so that whenever we receive a new response, these details get replaced with the new response. After adding all these details, I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request, and let's wait for the response. And here it is. We have received the response in no time. This response is a positive one. I'm going to open my webinar jam and check whether this new user has been created there or not. So if I open my webinar jam, this was the particular webinar. So I'm going to go towards the registrants on the left hand side. And then I'm going to select my webinar as Transform Your Space. The session is this one, Thursday, 14 August. And then I'm going to click on this Go. And over here you can see that we have created this new user. The phone number was this, and the email address was new987@pablitudes.com. You can see these are the same details. So now to summarize, we took Active Campaign as our trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We have created the contact, and then we wanted to create this contact as a registrant in my webinar jam. So we took webinar jam as our action application, made connection with Pabbly Connect, entered all the required details and executed this workflow, and then received the response. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And here we have successfully created automation between Active Campaign and webinar jam with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.